All right, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about focusing on your actions and not the outcomes of situations. So, the other day at work, I was listening to a podcast, and it was like Chris Williamson and Dr. K. And Dr. K started talking about this topic of focusing on your actions rather than the outcomes, and it really resonated with me. So, I kind of wanted to restate it, regurgitate it in my own words, just because I found it very helpful. So, to preface it, we have to talk about how you have to realize how little in life you actually have control over. So many things can happen, so many, extraneous variables. Someone else does something that is completely unplanned, or just an accident happens. And really all you can really control in your life is what you do, what your actions are. And when you kind of realize that fact, whenever an outcome happens that you are not fond of, a failure, and it might keep you up because you're like, God, that sucks. Why the heck did this happen? But once you realize how little in life you can actually control, if something like that happens, something bad happens, if you think to yourself, did I do everything I could? If the answer is yes, then you can sleep. There's nothing that will keep you up. I mean, yeah, you're like, shoot, that sucks, but I did everything that I could do. And yeah, but if something happens, but you realize that, thinking to yourself like, dang, I really didn't do everything I could. And if you're in that situation, how do you know that the lack of your effort or what you didn't do that you could have done wasn't the cause of that failure? So at that point, yeah, it's gonna eat it. It's gonna eat it. You're like, dang, if only I just did everything that I could control. It's just, the reason I want to talk about this is because I've just been thinking about things more in that way. When something bad happens, if I'm like, shoot, well, I did everything I could. There's just, things happen, man. I can control very little in life other than my own effort. So if something goes wrong and I know I tried my best, I'm not like, I'll be upset about the outcome, but it won't keep me up. But if something shitty happens and I realize, dang, man, I really didn't do everything I could, I'm just gonna wake up tomorrow and do better and make sure I do everything I can. So, in summary, just think about how little in life you can actually control. And once you realize that, if you do everything you can, you're going to be a lot happier, just because you won't be stewing on stuff. You won't have the same guilt because you'll know you did everything you could. And it'll also motivate you to do better, because if you realize you didn't do everything you could, you now know there's a possibility that you not doing everything you could have caused that outcome. So if you think, oh, there's no point because no matter what I do, like, this is going to be the outcome. Like, no. How do you know that your lack of effort isn't the reason for the outcome? All right, that's it. I'm probably going to record one more of these just because there's a few things I want to talk about.